Episode 353. Was having a little bit of technical difficulties before the start of this episode. Not really sure how to fix it seems inconsistent, like my TV would go out even if the recording doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't really happen that often, maybe not at all even. But if it does happen, I guess I'll just roll with it, or at least try to. Goal of this episode is to complete the job quest for the Black Mage, and move on to in the next episode, move on to the event quest. Since that is almost over already, feels like it came and went so quickly. This Shatotto is full of mysteries, but one baffles me the most. Just what is it about Lali's cap that she finds so disagreeable? Was there no custom of wearing headgear in her age? Are we actually going to get more on that cap, or was that just like a fun little detail that it's like a magical weight or something that limits her abilities, or something, if I understand that correctly? These lands were far more dry and agreeable in my day, but I suppose much can change in 2 millennia. Especially without me around to keep things in order. What? You would keep like the natural world in order with your fire and ice magic or something? That's actually... I believe she can do that. But this is no time to get caught up in nostalgia. We have golems to smash, and search for. Not necessarily in that order, I suppose. Yes, I can sense a particularly strong etheric energies coming from that direction. I will accompany Shatotto to ensure that she remains focused on the task at hand. Might you survey the area south of here? The environs afford our foe no end of hiding spots, and I am ill-inclined to walk into an ambush. It's kind of a little strange that the enemies we're fighting this time are a bunch of golems, because usually you don't really think of them as being a faction, but it's interesting that they're responding to this comet or whatever. It like deepens the lore of the world, not just fighting the same things over and over again. You look far and wide, but can discern no sign of golems, rampaging or otherwise. Return to the southwestern reaches of the Tangle, and see how Shatotto and Zionella fare in their search. No golems. Oh. Did they go this way? Could have sworn they went in the opposite direction. Why is Shatotto on the ground? I think this is the correct move to do, like for maximum DPS. Like I'm pretty sure, whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Leylines ups your DPS by decreasing your GCD. It just feels like we're casting faster. As opposed to triple cast. If only this body were my own, I would have raised that oversized block of stone to the ground. I suppose I should thank you for coming to my aid. Had I lost consciousness in the midst of battle, I would certainly have been done for, and poor Lali was me. No, Lady Shatotto, it is I who owe you a debt of gratitude. Had you not drawn the creature's initial strike, I would surely have met an inglorious end, but that is not the least of my failings. It is my fault and mine alone that we were caught unawares. Though it shames me to say so, my eyes were on you, when they should have been watching out for our enemy. Who is this sorceress who wields such frightful power? Does she truly mean to save our realm, or will she destroy it? These thoughts continue to haunt me, but no more. Seeing you risk your life for me, a humble hero you have only just met, I say this with no reservations. You are a paragon of virtue, and a model to all mages, white or black. Why, I do believe those are the most intelligent words I've heard you utter yet. Keep talking like that, and I might yet learn to tolerate your presence. But if you think that means I'm going to give you your precious Lali back, you'd best think again. We still have a falling star to fend off, do we not? My precious lie? I have not the slightest idea what you might be implying. Really, not the slightest idea. You wouldn't, would you? Ahem. Was it not your grand dream to see the white and the black? The arts of healing and destruction, united for the common good? So says a lie, at the very least. Is the girl not an invaluable piece to the future, you would realize? That is all well and true, but invaluable and precious have different connotations. Mayhap not in your time, but the meanings of the words evolve over time, you see, and... Ahem. What I'm saying is, of course the lie is a friend and an ally. The same could be said of Komoi here, and... Which is not to say I do not want to see her again, of course, only that... Oh, never mind. At any rate, I do believe we've done all we can here. Lady Shatotto, please forgive me for having doubted you. Henceforth, I promise that I will aid you in whatever way I can. And with that, I do believe I must be off. Somewhere. Running off. One last thing, if I may, Lady Shatotto. While you are awake and speaking with us, what becomes of Lalai's consciousness? That is to say, is she still in there listening? What a curious question. She is slumbering in the recesses of her mind, much as I am when she is awake. But to answer your question, no, she is not listening. Though we do have some rather stimulating conversations from time to time. If you'd like, I can share the details. No, I mean, never mind. I really must be getting off to... Right, that place I was going. Oh yeah, that place. Very important. Go there. Are all men in this era so odd? At any rate, I feel my consciousness beginning to wane. Lalai will be waking from somewhere ere long, and I would return to Ulda before she does. I suggest you do the same. Your friend has much she wishes to discuss with you. So they have conversations somehow, even though like one is asleep when the other is awake. How does that work? What happens when Lalai goes to sleep when she's still alive? Like she actually goes to sleep for the night or whatever. Does Shatotto wake up but she's like in a dream or something? You just like invert all of their waking and sleeping stuff? Who gets to dream? Oh wait, this way. Alright, so that would have been the level 55 quest done, right? That means we have 57, 59, and 60, I think. Or wait, no, it's 65 we just did, so it would be 67, 69, and 70, right? 3 more quests. Plenty of time to do it, even if the last one is pretty long. Welcome back, Komoi. As you might have surmised, it is I, Lalai. Mistress Shatotto returned to her repose not moments ago. Before drifting off to slumber, she imparted to me with some details regarding what she sees as the next phase of our task. To wit, she would have us venture further afield, to investigate any golem menaces that might be stirring out of eyeshot. Speaking of menaces, whatever became of that stone-headed healer? I suppose it is too much to hope, that Mistress Shatotto finally set his robes alight. He has come to respect Lady Shatotto. He seems to have feelings for you. Yeah, let's snitch. Sometimes we snitch, sometimes we don't. This time we're snitching. I will assume I misheard you, Komoi. On the off chance I did not, pray inform the man that he had best not act upon these feelings in my presence, lest I feel like scorching his precious flowing locks from his scalp. Well, those are interesting feelings yourself. Anyhow, I trust you'll keep me informed if our hero friend exhibits any more impertinent behavior. I will think of a suitable retribution. I dare say putting him to sleep and hiding his glasses would send Exi a message, and be rather amusing, no less. How cute. In any event, I should return to my research, as should you. Shatotto will doubtless call upon us before long, and our powers must be primed for the occasion. And by before long, she means right now. Actually, it's 68 already, so only 2 more quests? We might be done a lot faster than I anticipated. Komoi, the moment you entered the room, I could feel the air cackling with etheric energy. Listen, your diligence and your training will surely serve us well. The room? This isn't the room. And you come at a perfect time. Not moments before you arrived, Shatotto's voice called out to me from the recesses of my consciousness. She would have us begin to lay the groundwork for the final stage of her plan. As she made it quite clear that we will require all the aid we can muster, I have taken the liberty of reaching out to our Beastman friends. They have convened at Kazakh Cha's residence at Burgundy Falls. Okay, great. We're fitting in the secret Black Mage Cave one more time. Where they await our arrival, let us not keep them waiting. Well, I guess we get to make this trip one more time, before we're done forever. If I do complete the Black Mage quest early this episode, what else can I do other than the event quest? Because I prefer to have that be its own episode. But then the event quests aren't always that very long, although the last event I did, since it was like a different instance or whatever, that one did kind of end up being over the hour I had to cut down. Just some repeat gameplay. I guess I could just go to the Gold Saucer or something. But why would I do that? I'm sure there are like side quests I could do. Maybe over in the Stormblood areas. Ah, here we are. Everyone's here. Was Daza the first beastman to speak with Lady Shatotto? Yes, surely he was. Daza's Shatotto's favorite. Her chosen, her prized one, her favorite. You're my favorite too. Do not merely foresee a falling star some 2,000 years hence, but project one's own memory into the future to forestall it. Truly the powers of Mistress Shatotto are beyond the comprehension of our ordinary minds. Squawk. Great honor, tremendous honor, trembling with excitement and awe does all this. Great honor. I am not privy to the finer points of Lady Shatotto's plan, but I am prepared to assist in any way I can. My friends, thank you for coming together on such short notice. Mistress Shatotto would have you know that she is most grateful for your cooperation. In fact, I do believe she would rather speak to you, directly. Well, it would seem the gang's all here. I dare say it's time we got this proverbial show on the road. Hero, tell me what you've made yourself, or that you've made yourself useful since I last saw your vapid face. Aye, Lady Shatotto. According to my colleagues in the Eorzean Alliance, patrols have cited an increasing number of rampant golems afield. Fortunately, none have posed a significant threat, at least not as of yet. Which brings us to the matter of the comet. A colleague of mine at the observatorium has confirmed that it draws nearer with each passing hour, though there is no immediate danger of collision if it stays on its present course. It is too close for comfort, yes. Fortunately I, as is my wont, have a plan. I simply hope that you, my friends, are up to the task. If the hearer speaks true, the golems that have been causing trouble near the city-states have been more bark than bite, felled with no greater difficulty by middling soldiers. From this, I surmise that the gems set within them, their soul stones, have been small and of meager power at best. And yet if my theory holds, a more sinister threat lurks in the realm's far reaches, far from the prodding eyes of Eorzean and beastmen alike. This is where we must go. Where we must go. Gonna mute the mic to clear my throat here. Gotta get it in at least once per episode, apparently. Squawk. Perplexed Ozol is. Profoundly, deeply perplexed. By people. To do the work of people, are golems created. To travel so far from their master's domain, these constructs have no reason. True, is this not? Well, I'll be a passably astute observation, but I fear your knowledge is lacking, my squawking friend. Golems come in all shapes and forms, and not all are wrought by the hand of a mortal creator. Often a gem of sufficient etheric power will attract all manner of matter, plant, mineral, and animal alike, spontaneously animating it and giving rise to new life. Interesting. That's kind of against what the traditional meaning of golem is, isn't it? At least not to guide them. These feral golems rove and wander at will. It is these unpredictable specimens that pose the greatest danger. The larger the gem that serves as their soul stone, the greater the power, and the greater the threat when the comet draws nigh. It would appear our task is clear. Yep, more golem slain. Let us split up and hunt down these abominations. I shall join our beastmen friends and make for the west. I will leave the eastern reaches to the two of you. I trust you will be able to fend for yourselves. There is one matter in particular I would ask you to investigate. My friends at the Alliance conveyed to me a most curious report, which Lady Shatotto's words just now put in a rather different light. Over in Yerebania, in the hamlet of Oligana. Really, over there. Well, I guess I should have guessed that this job quest would take us over into at least one of the new areas. Sometimes they don't, though. Villagers have claimed sightings of, in their words, trees that walk like men. These have gone entirely uninvestigated, written off as delusions and fantasies of superstitious common folk. But if Lady Shatotto speaks true, which I do, they are golems beyond the slightest shadow of a doubt. Were it not for Komoi and I will uproot them and reduce every last leaf and strip of bark to smoldering ash. Won't we, Komoi? Aye aye. I will leave the particulars regarding the means of destruction to the experts. I have, however, procured a link pearl that we might better coordinate our efforts. Pray take it with you. Did they have link pearls in your time, or anything equivalent? And with that, I do believe we are as prepared as we could hope to be. Let us be off, my friends, and remember, should aught go amiss, I am but a link pearl call away. But I mean, it'd just be a call. If we need healing, you'll be like on the opposite side of the world. Well, not the opposite side, just like the opposite side of Eorzea. A device to allow the pretentious pudding head to talk to me even if I'm 100 moms away. Far be it from me to scoff at technological progress, but some inventions really could have been done without. Yeah, it's not really just so we can annoy you, but I get it. Oligana. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I waited until now to do it. Oh no, wait, it was still in this area we could have gotten to like way earlier. But it's not going to take us all the way over here, right? The ninja quest made us wait until we reached a certain point in the story to finish it off. I'm hoping it doesn't happen here. I'm pretty sure there isn't like a big golem fight over in the logs, from what I can remember, I think. How interesting. While Mach has developed into a vermin-infested bog, Yerebania is, if anything, looking more lively than I remember it. Not that that's saying much, of course. But look at me, getting all nostalgic for no reason. After all, my body has long since returned to the dust, and soon even my memory will fade. It's a very strange existence, knowing you're on, like, borrowed time or something. But before that, we have a job to do, don't we? I can sense no unusual etheric presence here, so let us venture a bit further into the field. Come along now, Komoi. I actually chose around this time to do this job quest, the Black Mage job quest, because I vaguely remembered from when I watched this on the YouTuber's channel that got me into the game in the first place. I was pretty sure that it was all just in the Eorzean, like, realms, the areas from around we're born. This is like the one exception, I think, that I forgot, but I guess I could be forgetting more. It's just convenient that we were here and I didn't really want to go back and forth between Eorzea and Doma, basically. We kind of did that enough with the ninja job quest and it just felt very awkward, considering there were like other things we had to do. Did you come upon any wood golems, Komoi? As you can see, these two had the misfortune of coming upon little old me. But that is not all I saw. Yes, it was a most remarkable and most horrifying sight. After I delivered a mortal wound to one of the creatures, I saw it extend a gnawed limb, and, with the last ounce of its strength, try to rip the soul stone from its cohort's chest. Yes, it would seem these feral golems have no qualms about cannibalizing each other, which has led me to a quite frightening conclusion, to wit. Oh, of all the... whatever could that four-eyed fool want at a time like this? Yes, if you have something to report, make it quick. What? Yes, it would be wise for you to make a discreet retreat. We will do the same. I would reevaluate our options in light of these most troubling developments. Very well. I will join you at the observatorium shortly. Do gather all the information you can from your colleagues before I arrive. Gods be good, that hero has actually proven himself useful. It would seem he came upon a most startling scene in the hinterlands. A mass influx of golems of all shapes and sizes, as if summoned from all reaches of the realm by some unholy force. I have my own theory as to what this means, but I require more knowledge before plotting our next step. One thing I can say is that we should immediately begin preparing for the worst. In any event, we must move quick, and quickly. Oh wait, no. We must move and quickly. You return to Burgundy Falls and apprise the beastmen of where we stand. I shall go on ahead to the observatorium and see what knowledge the astrologians have gleaned, and join you as soon as I am able. And back to the cave. I guess we get to go there at least one more time. It seems like it'd be a rather short quest if it was just like those two golems we took care of just now. It's not the green checkmark just yet. It might be like another cutscene or something. But obviously the big one is going to be like the last quest. Going to be a whole solo instance and all that. I don't really remember how it goes, but with how the story is, well, building up to it, I'm pretty sure a big super golem, right? I cannibalized all the other golems or something. Still haven't quite figured out what I want to do with the rest of the episode. I guess it really depends on how much time I have left over. Squawk. So many golems Dozul has never seen. Enough flutter are Dozul's feathers. Squawk. Squawk. Perhaps the golems are having a feast. A banquet, a revel, a feast. Though feasting on what? I would rather not speculate. No, not thinking. Okay, I think you're on the right track. Friends, comrades, brothers and sisters of the Black, we stand at the brink of a disaster most dire. Even as we speak, our foe grows in number. Beings of sentient stone and wood gather, summoned by an unknown force, and united for a common purpose, a purpose beyond our understanding. Beyond your understanding, perhaps, but not mine, the golems make for Som All. Over there, huh? I did not remember we went there. That's a Heavensward area. In Girabania, I witnessed a most unsettling sight. A golem, with an almost animal fury, tearing into its cohort's chest. Disturbing as it was all too clear what I was witnessing. The creature sought a stronger soulstone, that it might augment its strengths and prolong its own existence. But the power of these creatures, or the power these creatures seek, is not limited to that which they can harvest from their own kind. No, they are forever in search of a more potent etheric source, and they have finally found one. The astrologians at the observatorium have confirmed my worst fears. The baleful star of our past, slowly but inexorably, changes course, bringing it closer and closer to the star. It is as Lady Shatotto says. The golems call out to it, beckoning it ever closer. According to the latest calculations, any further adjustments to its path, and it is all but certain to strike Eorzea head-on. The baleful creatures would climb to the highest peak in the land, and summon their mother stone to bring disaster to our realm. Inconceivable. And yet, it is just so. Oh wait, no, that's Zionella. And yet it is just so, my friend. Unless we destroy the lot of them, a collision is all but inevitable. And yet there are simply too many, even if we could thin their ranks. They would regrow themselves and regroup in no time. I really thought they were just going to be eating each other to become a super golem or something. But I guess this is like some kind of gravitational pull they're doing with some crystals over at Somal or whatever. Or did they even mention the crystals? When I think of Somal, I think of like that huge floating rock, which isn't a crystal, I guess, but I guess they're just getting the altitude. So we are done for. Doomed, defeated, done for. Do not give up hope, my frenetic friend. Or do you forget that the most brilliant mind to ever walk the face of Eorzea stands with you? Allow me to propose a foolproof plan. We do absolutely nothing at all. For now, that is. We know that the golems are feeding on each other in pursuit of greater and greater power. So why not sit back and let this process of unnatural selection take its course, till we are left with but a single foe. Okay. I thought that's what we were worried about, but I guess that thins the ranks. Squawk! Out of her mind, Shatotto is. Were that to happen, a creature of untold power and presence, that golem would be. Quite so. It would be the mother of all automata, the golem equivalent of yours truly, if you will. And by definition, one of the most formidable foes our realm has ever seen. Fortunately, I do believe there is one among us who might stand half a chance against such a monstrosity. What, you? No, of course she means us. Komoi, Lady Shatotto insists that you hold, nay, you are the key to this entire operation. I am not inclined to doubt her, but I would hear it from your own lips. Can you say with all certainty that you would emerge victorious over this hypothetical golem of mythical proportions? Yeah, we can do it. But I mean, I'm curious. What if we say no? Nah, I don't want to. I thank you for your honesty, my friend. To tell the truth, I have my doubts as well. And yet if we stand united, I believe that victory is well within our grasp. Pray let me offer my strengths, that together we may secure the future of our realm. I doubt Komoi and I will have much need of your services, but do feel free to tag along. It would be my honor, and with that, I shall take my leave. I must warn the people of the nearby settlements to keep a wide berth of the Great Peak. Mayhap I will even have occasion to smash a golem or two on my journey. Color me impressed, Komoi. Your friends are proving more reliable by the minute. And with that, I should return to the Sacrarium. For my grip on consciousness grows more tenuous by the moment. Pray return when you can, and speak with Salai upon her awakening. And I'm gonna mute the mic to clear my throat again. Okay. You are ever our hope, a shining light against the baleful star that bears down upon us. Ever am I honored to call you friend. We'll blast that golem into dust. Ashes, powder, dust. Yes, we will. But just between the two of us, I wonder, just how big do you think it will be? Maybe like 3 times your size? Maybe 4, who knows? Can't be much bigger, right? Squawk, a crazy plan Shatotto devises, but just crazy enough to work, it may be. I kind of wish I picked the other option, just because it feels more in character to say we'd smash the golem. I was just so curious to see what the response would be if we gave a lackluster no or something. But I should be able to see it, right? We can even get it on camera. As soon as we complete this quest, it should appear in our log over in the inn. Not all quests appear in the inn, unfortunately, but this is one of the ones that should. Ah, Komoi. I called out to Shatotto, but to no avail. No doubt she is deep in slumber, gathering her strength for the battle to come. She did, however, leave a message for you. Slack not in your training, my puppet of destruction, and your powers will be tested as never before. Or for your powers. That is not ominous in the least, now is it? In any event, I trust you'll be up to the task. Yeah, even if we don't say that we're up to the task, they think we will be. Well, let's have Komoi go over to the inn and meditate on what she just said, and maybe imagine how things could have gone differently if she had more confidence. Or something. It's just like one line of difference, but I don't know, I like seeing this sort of thing every once in a while. About 30 minutes left in the episode and we're on the last quest. Don't imagine it'll take too long. So it should be under Disciple of War quests. Or magic, rather. But that's Thaumaturge. That would be under, like, job quests or something, which is different? Wait. Yeah. These ones. Oh, Interesting. Well, the summoner quests do show us... No, wait. Hang on. If we go here... That might not have been a cutscene. Like what gets recorded in the inn here. I guess only some cutscenes get recorded. Like the ones that have like actual animation or whatever. I guess that cutscene was just like a conversation. I'm pretty sure there are some that do get recorded here. Looking at this ninja one, they only recorded like level 65 and 70 and stuff. But if we were to complete the level 70 quest, would that unlock like the quest that we just did? That cutscene we saw just now? I guess it doesn't really matter. Again, just one line difference. If I really wanted to, I could have abandoned the quest, redone all of the work up until that point for that quest, and then just ended up getting the different dialogue the long way around. But we're not doing that. And in fact, I already missed the opportunity to abandon the quest. I have no idea what this golem looks like. It might just be like a big normal golem. You can't really like bust out a completely unique model for this, right? It's just like gonna be one we've already seen but bigger. And foul. Yeah, polyglot. We're gonna have to learn how polyglot works. Maybe that's gonna be the rest of the episode. Komoy, I trust you have prepared yourself well. Our foe musters at Enix Shrine. The hour of our final confrontation is nigh. The hero and our beastman friends are en route to the Forelands as we speak, and I would join them with all haste. Come as soon as you are able. Shatotto will be awaiting your arrival. One golem to rule them all. Neat title. What's this quest? I never did it. Oh yeah, wait a second, hang on. Didn't I say something about like... I'm pretty sure at one point when I was doing Heaven's Ward, I said I'd come back to this quest or something. Or maybe it was like the Heaven's Ward post-patch quest when I did like a bunch of things, and I remember we did like a prerequisite quest for this, and I was just like toying around with the idea of doing this quest to completion, this quest line to completion. Just because it seemed interesting. If there's like a lot of time left over in the episode, maybe we'll do it. The golem will not grow too large, will it? I prefer foes to be more compact, like myself. Tiny, puny, compact. Okay, just had those technical difficulties I was talking about. It only happened like 35 minutes in. I'd say something was like a loose cable or something, but I don't know, it's just completely stationary, and the fact that it only happens 30 minutes in without me doing like any movement. Don't know what could be going on. In any case, it's back now. Hopefully it doesn't happen in the middle of battle or something. To fell the feral golems and cast away the baleful star from the sky. Whatever strength I can summon from within me is yours. Squawk. Not with fear do those old limbs shake, but with passion and exhilaration for the battle to come. Great passion. Tremendous passion. Deep in the mountains, the golems feed on each other with brutal savagery even as we speak, their thirst for power non-quenchable. Why, thank you so very much, Lalai. What with my own corporeal form, having long since faded to dust, it is an honor and a pleasure to see my legacy carried on by women, men, and beastmen after my own. Oops. Was I just speaking out loud? I guess she was talking to Lalai, like through her mind or something, or trying to. You can stop talking at any time now. Or have you forgotten that we have an army of power-hungry golems bent on destroying our realm to dispose of? Fortunately, I've already formulated the perfect plan of attack. You two will see to the stragglers still attempting to scale a mountain. I trust you can handle that much. The hero, Komoi, and myself will scale the summit, where the oversized, augmented agglomeration of golems surely awaits us. If I may be so bold, Lady Shatotto, I would offer a small amendment to this plan. Som-Al, as you surely know, is a holy place to all the dragons, who call this land home. I'm ill-inclined to wage battle without first obtaining their blessing. The Elder Seedseer has told me that Komoi has a friend among their kind. Mayhap it would be best if she sought the counsel of this Vidofnir before we proceed. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's hardly the worst idea I've heard today. After all, it could hardly hurt to add another powerful ally to our ranks. I guess if Vidofnir gets off her fat ass, it actually helps. Okay, I don't actually mean that. I just mean that she has to, like, sit in that one spot forever because she's like an NPC glued to that spot. It's just how the game works, I guess. But anyway. What are we waiting for then? Lead the way. Well, I guess she's allowed to get off her fat ass when she's in cutscenes. But we do love her. We do love her for her fat ass. That's why Kisarangi's always here. A master of the dark arts and confidant of dragons, you never cease to surprise me, friend. It's a good thing we have you to preemptively clear up any potential misunderstandings. While I'm confident in my ability to eradicate any foe, incinerating an entire dragon would leave an awful mess. Don't say that in front of Vidofnir. Oops. Don't say it again. An unholy menace does gather in our midst, threatening to summon doom from the heavens down upon this realm. Such is thy plight. I too did sense the presence of an intruder in our sacred home. At first I was content to observe, but the danger has grown far too great. Warrior of warriors, if thou and thine would take up arms against our common foe, thou dost have my blessing, and more, right? Like maybe your help? Or maybe not. Well, that's a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one. Hero, send word to our beastmen friends. We commence the operation at once. There's no time to lose, Komoi. Let's make for the summit, and dispose of the abomination that awaits us, before the comet gets too close for comfort. Okay. Right into it. I hope they change the time of day. I don't want this confrontation to happen in the middle of the night, like, right at midnight. But I guess we're doing it. It probably takes the time of day. Unbelievable. Well, at least the lighting isn't too bad. Maybe it's even better at night? Understood. Pray leave the rest to us. Lady Shatotto, my colleague from the observatorium has confirmed your suspicions. On its current path, the falling star will sail wide of us, if by the slimmest of margins, and yet that path shifts with every second, bringing us slowly but inexorably to the brink of calamity. Call it a hunch, but I do believe this imposing fellow might be responsible. Magnets. Well, I'm glad to see that the obvious hasn't escaped you. At any rate, our task is clear. We need only reduce him to dust before we can summon his dear mother any closer. Well, Komoi, are you ready to stand alongside the greatest mage to ever live in a battle for the very future of your world? Look sharp. This is our time to shine. Alright, started off the same. Oops, that's not what I meant. Wasted a little bit of MP here, so our rotation's a bit off. You're not that strong. Actually, it seems like ley lines is kind of time to run out with... Oh, we're stunned. I think ley lines runs out in time with, like, the electricity, maybe? Not exactly. Oh, gotta stop that. Oh wait, that one. Don't need it. Good thing we have Skaze. Actually use that properly. Oh no, wait, that one became a golem. That's bad. Getting flashbacks to nail Deus Stam Dornis. At least we got that first one down. Oh right, I have triple cast. They are looking worse for wear, those two. He's down. That was not supposed to happen, right? Okay, now she's down. We don't have our healer. Which one? Destroy what? That? Okay. And this one... Yeah, I think we kind of got the AoEs over our teammates so that put them in a rough spot. Oh, is that still alive? Damn, Skaze is not enough. I think we were definitely supposed to have these two up for the battle for us. It's kind of a lackluster ending if they're just on the ground half the battle. That was a bit far away. Gotta remember triple cast. I guess triple cast isn't a DPS increase in the first place. Unless we're doing like this thing where we're regaining our mana and shortening the that part. Okay, pretty simple rotation going on here. Even without the healing and the other DPS helping us out, I guess it's not too hard. We can probably ignore that and just finish this off. They were definitely not supposed to be on the ground for all of that time, but I guess it was fine. Victory is ours. I only pray it does not come too late. Perhaps if you had some black magic in your repertoire, but it is no matter. I have the utmost faith that Kamui and my efforts were not in vain. That light. The 12 have mercy. I guess this was supposed to happen at night. You wouldn't be able to see it so well otherwise. That's it. Went by in a flash. Here it comes, and there it goes. And with that, my friends, I do believe we've been spared a most crushing fate. Stand tall, Komori. You and I just saved the world, and I suppose I should thank you as well, hero, for doing a most remarkable job of not mucking everything up. And with that, I believe my work here is done. While I'd love nothing more than to stay and savor our victory a bit longer, all good things must come to an end. Don't look all sad now. With such promising protégés to carry on my legacy, I can go to rest, knowing that I did not mother the art of destruction in vain. You have seen our art wielded for the greatest of good and the worst of evil. Having witnessed firsthand your prowess and the sheer strength of your resolve, I gladly leave the future of our art in your hands. Walk the path well, Komori of the Black. And off she goes. To the ethereal sea? Or something. It's hard to know when she's just a memory. That millennia from now, when we have long since faded to a dim memory, those who follow in our footsteps may yet wield their prodigious powers against any who would bring harm to our fair realm. Be proud, Komori. Having shared a mind with Mistress Shatotto all this time, I can assure you that effusive praise does not come easily to her lips. I can still scarcely believe she did me the honor of choosing my body as a vessel. Before meeting her in the flesh, in a manner of speaking, I had assumed Death's handmaiden was little more than a witch obsessed with fire and destruction. It would seem my impression may have been an error. Got some lawn mowing going on outside, I think. Whatever that noise is. Not sure if the mic is picking that up. May have been. Does your prudish pig-headed prejudice know no end? Back to this. As charming as ever, I see. I dare say you could learn a thing or two from your esteemed forebear on how to treat a gentleman. Oh, is that so? Komori, if you happen to see any gentlemen around these parts, do let me know. At any rate, we are done here. Let us leave this uncultured boor here to reflect for a bit on how to treat a lady. They're hot and they're cold, like black magic, and white magic. Although I guess white magic is stone and something else. And also we got electricity. There's like a spark between the two. Is this anything? It's probably nothing. And back to Rider Kisaragi. Our beastmen allies await us at Enix Shrine. We must share a word of our triumph without delay. The presence has lifted. The unholy intruder defiles these sacred grounds no more. Thou hast served us well, child of man. I know not if our beastman friends saw the comet across the sky, but they are doubtless eager to hear tidings of our final battle. Let us go and set their minds at ease. I kind of forgot what these guys are doing, like battling smaller golems or something. I saw the comet sailing through the sky, hurtling, shooting, sailing. You are safe, yes? Yes, you are. Squawk, return from battle, does old friends do. Safe from harm you are. Many golems did come to scale the peak, but they come no more. Laid low by our magics, right, that's what they were doing. The heavens too are calm. I trust your battle with the great beast ended in victory. Just so, my friend. Not to boast, but even Lady Shatotto was most impressed with our efforts. Is that not so, Komori? 3 cheers for Lady Shatotto, 3 cheers for Komoi, 3 cheers for the art of destruction. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Far be it from me to rain on your parade, but let us not forget that the healer in your ranks played at least a small part in your victory. Yeah, you were the first one to go down. Squawk, a happy day this is. Fly home to share the joy with his brothers and sisters, says Olwell. You will visit us all again to share magical learnings, yes? Till then, friend. I too must take my leave, but know that even when we are apart, we always stand as one. Till next time we meet, my friend. I too must return to Gridania to deliver my official report. I suppose this is farewell, at least for now. Well, don't let us keep you. Though, I was wondering if I might express my gratitude to your colleagues at the Observatorium. On behalf of Mistress Shatotto, that is. Leave that to me. I fear not all of my friends are so open-minded. If they were to learn that I had allied myself with beastmen and practitioners of the dark arts, there's no telling what sort of twisted rumors might spread. Fear not, Lulai. You have my word that as hearer and healer, I will do all I can to work toward a day when you and your fellows can stand proud and receive credit for all the good you have done. I could not bear to say this in his presence, but our hero friend has come quite far, wouldn't you say? I too would do everything in my power to make that day a reality. And with that, I do believe our job here is done. Shall we return to this aquarium? Okay, just about wrapped up. After this point, no more job quests for the Black Mage. There is like one thing that happens in the next expansion. They only do it one more time, where they give like one follow-up quest, which isn't really for like unlocking abilities like we're doing here. It's really just as a little story thing for people that want the story. But then after Shadowbringers, there are no more of those things. It's all just like role quests and stuff. Welcome back, Komoi. Once again, I must express my gratitude to all you have done, or for all you have done, as well as my profound respect. You have mastered our art to a degree that few of us ever attain. While it is not like me to dwell on such matters, I was just reflecting on the hero's words. Once again, the truth of the battle we waged will never be known to those we fought to save. Needless to say, we do not do what we do for accolades or glory. Yeah, Black Mages working in the shadows. We do it because it must be done, and to sate our own intellectual curiosity, and yet, it does not sit well with me. No, I cannot just turn a blind eye while the deeds of my friends and mentors are swallowed by history, never again to see the light. When the day will come that we can emerge from the shadows, I cannot say. But for that day, and for the eyes of all who would follow in our footsteps, I would put all I have seen to paper, just as Master Kukuruka once did. Fun way to bring things like full circle, sort of. Little bit of closure. All we have learned of our realm and the arcane, of course, but that is not all. I would write of the bravery of our beastman friends, of a stubborn and self-important hearer who against all odds proved himself a friend. Most of all, I would write of the illustrious founder of our glorious art, and the adventurer who she would personally entrust with carrying on her legacy. Why, I dare say the chapter will write itself. This is like probably the best way to close off on things. It's almost like they knew at this point that they wouldn't do any more job quests after this, other than the one, of course. Communing with the memory of Shatotto awakens new knowledge with the new. Foul. And that's it. The next quest is after completing Shadowbringers, and it's only one thing. They call it the next set of Black Mage quests, but it's just the one thing. Okay, so the gauge has expanded, So they say. It's just got that little diamond at the bottom now. Yeah, I guess the rest of this episode is going to be learning how this works. A knock-in will fill every 30 seconds while status is maintained, and this used to be something you actually had to upkeep by switching between fire and ice to reset the timer or whatever, or using this thing that refills your magic, things like that. Well, I think that's how you reset a knock-in timer, or how you used to, but now it just goes up on its own and you don't even have to like worry about it, so it's sort of, well, I guess on autopilot. When the crystal at the bottom of the elemental gauge glows pink, you'll be under the effect of Polyglot, which allows Foul and Xenoglossy at level 80. And that's it. Let's actually go over... well, first of all, Komoi Moriko of the Black, the very founder of our ancient art, has entrusted you with carrying on her legacy. I am proud to say that you, if anyone, are surely up to the task. If there is aught I can do to aid you, you need but say a word. How fare you of late? I spend the better part of my days with quill in hand, recording every last detail of your adventures with Mr. Shatotto. I must say, just reading the words on the page is at times so thrilling my hair stands on end. Reflecting back on all I have seen, I've come to a realization. Nothing has given me more pleasure than to watch your mastery of the art of destruction reach nigh legendary heights. Now that Mr. Shatotto herself has chosen you, there can be no doubt. Komoi Moriko of the Black, your name will go down in the annals of history, with the greatest mages to ever walk this land. Thank you. What is a black mage, by the way? I think that you of all people, Komoi, would know the answer to that. I'm pretty sure this is all going to be the same that we've seen, yeah? Oh wait, mentioning Shatotto here. But no real mention about, like, recent events with Shatotto. Okay. I'm sure we've seen all that before. Why don't I even put Foul, okay, right there. It's sort of on my, what I would call the AoE section of the hotbar. Wait, is Foul... hang on. Oh yeah, Foul is... okay, yeah, that was for a reason. Foul is actually the AoE version of the polyglot cost. But it's our only option for like using Polyglot at the moment, but at level 80, we get the single target version of that, which is why it's over here. Got it. And just as a quick test, easy training dummies right over here. So I guess all we gotta do is start this off, and the knock-in timer goes on its own. I guess we can attack while waiting. Fire does around 4,000 per hit, maybe 5,000 if we crit. I think this increases the damage too. Well, that was a crit, so it was around 5,000. Okay, around 4,000. And does that... okay, the timer keeps on going up so you don't overcap, so you don't have to use it immediately. And now this. 4,000. That wasn't that much. Compared to a normal fire. What was the cast time, by the way? Was that very long? Why are you watching me? I'm just doing black mage stuff. Ignore me. Well, I guess it is stronger than a normal fire. And it hits like more than one enemy, so it is like a better option than just using normal fire. Okay, now you're also doing casting stuff. Great. Well, I think we're done here. Thanks for joining in this little fight against the dummy, but I'm done. And over to Nanoland again. Reading about a knock-in now is that even outside of battle it's going to continue ticking up. Why did it always do that even like during Actually, I guess it did do that before they made the changes to Enochian. But you still have to like manage your timer by doing this out of battle, by transposing and using this freeze thing, and I think that would freeze the timer or something. Well, freeze the timer for your buff ticking down, but the Enochian timer would still keep on ticking up or something. Not entirely sure. Okay, well I guess we'll end the episode with Komoi looking out at the bright new day that she just saved. Looking forward to the future and all that. Whatever that may bring. Which is going to be the Little Ladies' Day event. That's what the future is going to bring. In the next episode. Now would be a good time to take a break.